There's a town where all the residents live in the same building.
I currently live in that building, so I'll show you my view from my window. In this building there's a post office, a church, a store, and a building office. In the basement of this building we have a tunnel that runs from this building to the school across the street. There's currently 318 people that live here year-round. So Whittier has been around since the 1940s. It was built around World War II, and it was a military bunker. The building that I'm in right now used to be military housing. After World War II, many people left, but we still had a large population up until the 1964 earthquake. Whittier had a lot of damage after the earthquake, so many people left, and one of the buildings here that was military housing was abandoned. It's that building right there. So yeah, that's pretty much the history of Whittier. So I got this question a lot. There are 2 apartment buildings in this town. There's the BTI, which is the building I'm in, and there's also the Manor. The Manor is a lot smaller, and it's like 2 stories. Not many people live there, about 5% of the population does. There are no houses here because you can't buy any property because most of it is owned by the railroad. So yeah, that is why everyone lives in one building, because you cannot buy property to build a house. So my family and I moved here about 7 years ago. We lived in Anchorage before we moved here. We had owned an apartment here for a while and we just used it as a cabin, so we'd come here on the weekends. And after a while my parents wanted to move here, so we did. There's one restaurant. Here's our tiny gas station. Here's the bar and hotel and restaurant. Here's our harbor and then the harbor master office. Here's a coffee shop and gift shop over here. This is the ferry terminal. Over here is called the Triangle. This is where a bunch of restaurants and more gift shops are. Over here is where the cruise ship docks. And this is the private marina. This is another campground. This is the head of the bay. Right here, that's the Anchor. That's a restaurant. Behind this blue building, there's a store. This blue building right there is city offices. That's our harbor right there. And the hotel is right there. That building right here is the fish processing plant. Over there is the ferry terminal. Then over here is where the cruise ships dock. So yeah, that's kind of what Whittier looks like. Okay, so the school here has about 50 to 60 kids, and that's like K through 12th grade. So that means there's about, I don't know, like 20 people around my age. And I'm friends with a couple of them, but we have different interests, so I'm not friends with everybody. But my best friend lives here, and she lives 1 floor above me. And the dating question, nobody really dates here because we all grew up together, and that'd be kind of weird.